middle school was the first time that you could audition for the school musical. And I had waited for this moment.
Really? So it was like you were...
Oh, I was so excited. And they were doing Into the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Classic. I mean, the first half of it, because it was Into the Woods Junior. That musical actually deals with a lot of very adult things. But Lily Frankel got cast. Oh shit, Lily Frankel comes back again. And Izena, who was my best friend from elementary school, they both got cast. And they were the only... Is 8th grade the first year in middle school?
No,
Sixth grade.
Say last.
6th grade. They were the only 6th graders to get cast, and I wasn't. Two of my closest.
Oh, that's hard.
That's tough.
And I was devastated.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
And they also told me that part of why I wasn't cast was because I was like confident. They were like, well, that's not how they said it. Let's this is
back.
crazy.
Yeah, just walk us through it.
Talking about an 11, 12-year-old, they said that they felt like I was too much of a diva.
They did not.
Which is something that I heard in college as well, like my freshman year. Like it's weird how like I don't think I was perfect, but I was also 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I was very confident and excited and passionate about what I was trying to do.
Just for the record and for the listeners, Victoria, you are I can absolutely vouch for that. Victoria is extremely committed.
I thought he was going to say Victoria
is a diva. I was like, what?
He's extremely committed. I really do feel like, grounding the intensity of your character Love on the show You. Those pronouns are always so. It's like when you say either love or you, it's like it's just hard to be. So we're talking about love with an upper case, L, and you, all caps. Just grounding that crazy. See, here's the thing is, even as I'm about to call her crazy, because the way I talk about Jo is obviously just ridiculous.
No, she's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. But like, hats off to you as an artist. I think when you're like on set and when you're playing her, like you identify with her so much, and again, I think that's beautiful. I think the way I view Jo in some ways limits the way I'm able to portray him. Whereas, like you really embrace her, I think, or I don't know. Is it accurate to say that you like embrace your characters? You do something very right.
Yeah, to the point where when I was watching the 3rd season. And we're just like, I think it's the scene. It's in like the first episode, like just starting it, and we're like in the basement, and I just killed Natalie, and we're like yelling at each other. I was like, my mouth is agape.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. I was like, she's so fucking crazy. Because at that point I'm dead, like I have a distance from it. And now I'm watching it and I'm like, no, I was really in it. Like I was really like, these are the circumstances. This is her justification. Yeah. And that's it. Like I need to say these lines. They need to be felt completely.
Yeah.
Like there's no room to be like
judgmental or analytical of it. Like that's not my place. I mean, now I have my judgments. Like I would say she's crazy. She's a serial killer. Like she's, but I also know exactly how she got to be how she is. Yeah, actually,
I have a very soft spot in my heart.
She jumped out with some really like almost problematic.
Yeah.
Like she's
not a serial killer.
This came out.
Made her do it.
We did an episode where like we're talking about the show because so many listeners asked questions about.
Yeah.
And Sophie like had some super hot take, like a shot. Like she was like, "Love isn't really." What did you say?
She was like, Jo made Love this way. She wasn't a serial killer.
Her whole life made her that way.
Yeah. Well,
she sees herself as a victim. She doesn't see a space for her to I think go above her circumstances. She's always looking for justifications to explain what she's doing and what she did instead of doing the disciplined, rigorous work of trying to better herself, for for her child, for her life, you know? Like she's just like, I'm a product of my circumstance, you know, as opposed to being like, maybe I should try meditating, you know? So true.
Well, I think you played her particularly in season 3. You were amazing in season 2, of course. But season 3,
Yeah, I mean, it's a feast.
yeah, I am obsessed with you in season 3.
Thanks.
You did such an incredible job. I think that's why I have such a soft spot for Love. Anyway,
I want to say something. So when Victoria came in, I said this off mic because it was totally sincere, that when I was doing research for this show, I wasn't looking for
mine
them.
was sincere too, by the way.
Yeah.
Does this also mean
All
that you're
sincere.
insincere on mic?
Yeah. Usually it's all for show. I was doing research and like I kept reading reviews about Victoria and they were all positive. I wasn't looking for negative ones, but none came up. Usually you see both. And one of the reviews that really stood out to me, and I think it was not about Love Quinn, and I don't know if it was about Nell or the other character's Blair. What's her name? No.
Danny.
Danny. I don't know if it was
close.
about Nell or Danny. Well, it's the house.
Bly. I got how you got to Blair.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's pretty good. Good research.
Blair was actually on Gossip Girl.
Yeah, I mean, always bringing it back to Gossip Girl, aren't you now?
On Gossip Girl. You're late in Easter, right?
I think it's very good that I never watched that show.
Wow.
I don't think I ever quite realized.
He's like,
we
I
just
think
never
the
talked about it.
changed.
Did we ever
I
talk about
assumed you
I
watched
remember when you told me that you were Gossip Girl, and I was like,
it? Are you
whoa.
Wait, sorry.
Now I don't need to watch it.
Review about either Nell or
Danny.
says
Blaze.
that the thing about Victoria is that she, with this character, you feel every moment of anguish and grief, like through, like in its absolute totality. And I felt that way about Love. I was telling someone that there's like a moment in season 3. I think it's when you're watching Joe.
You're just thinking, when is she
watching
going to
Joe
come
have
back?
sex with Shalita, that character, and you're realizing
Yeah.
that he's picturing Marianne. You're realizing that he's picturing another
Yeah.
woman, and your face changes from like joy to anguish to anger all in one moment. And I'm like, how did you do that? Yeah, there was a little bit of that too.
Joy?
But I don't know how you did it. Like, how can one person express all of these emotions in 3 seconds?
It's called acting now, but moving on.
No, but no. Yes, it's called acting,
I'm kidding.
but
I'm kidding. No, that's
but
what we're here for.
Victoria, your face is very expressive.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
But also, we can feel
It
your
is
anguish.
called acting.
your face is not as expressive.
I once had. It's not. It's not.
I'm just kidding.
It's actually not. You know what my choice is? Do nothing. Do nothing all the time. Although I did once have an interviewer, I won't name who they are, because I've forgotten.
Wow.
They once
just mad at me. I can feel it.
No. This is real. This is real. So like I am interested in that too, but on another level, it is actually just like it's hard to explain a craft because season 2, I think it was, or maybe. I did have a lot of people asking me like, "How do you do that with your face, where you're very serious and then you like?" And I was like, "You wouldn't fucking ask. You wouldn't ask. I'm trying to think of."
You can't think of it because
Somebody who's
you
really
would have.
talented.
I would. Yeah,
My
no. I
question
was
is
just thinking.
justified.
I was just thinking this. I was like, okay, I am a visual artist.
Yeah, she
No,
knows.
nobody asked D'Angelo.
Yeah, D'Angelo doesn't let anyone ask him anything.
No questions.
No, I'm a visual artist, and there are certain reasons why I make certain choices to do, to show something in a certain way. Or sometimes I don't even know that it's happening, and then I'll like watch the video I made afterwards, or I'll look at a collage afterwards, and I'll realize why I did it, and how it makes sense in the end product. So I feel like that's a valid question. Like,
Well, I think what I was trying to get at is just that there's something about the quality of your acting that like it doesn't feel melodramatic. It doesn't feel soapy. But you are playing every emotion, and some actors don't, but you do, and it works. And I don't know why, but it really.
Yeah, now and I are going to start a podcast where we just comment on actors with no acting experience
Some actors.
whatsoever.
I mean,
So-
I think I based a lot of my performance on what I saw Penn doing in the first season.
Really?
That's very
Actually-
kind.
No, that's so
very kind.
sweet.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Like, cause you've got the recipe, like you know how to make a character that is insane and yet sympathetic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And so I think a lot of what I was trying to do was just like match that energy. There you go.
Now he's glad I asked the question.
And I think in terms
I
of
just
being
comically
like,
pointed at Nana. Sorry, I'm explaining for
I think in terms of being like really expressive, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I'm just existing in my imagination, and I think that I can overact sometimes, and I think that that's something that
you have
like
to be willing to.
Yeah, like
really
I'm just trying to find the balance, and hopefully there is difference from character to character. Like I think you really need to see all of what Love is experiencing to go on that journey with her, yeah, I mean, maybe probably training as an actor contributed to it a bit. Like,
and
lessons.
Tell us a little bit about that, because so again, tracing this line, we've got to go back to our brand, go back to middle school. But but you ended up.
I was a diva.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
well, we can omit
that's
that.
where this all
Don't
started.
worry about that. We can. But you do have a lot of training, or I think significant training. You valued that process. You went through school, and I really respect that. It's not always the case, and I so maybe tell us a little bit about that. Like you went to conservatory.
I did.
Yeah, what made you decide to go into acting, and how did you fully get into it?
So, I mean, I think it goes back to even middle school. Like, that happened. Then I was on crew because I was like, I'm going to get as close to this as I possibly can. Like, I really don't have pride about it. Like, I just want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this collaborative process. I want to be a part of this community. Like, every time you do a production, whether it's a show or a movie or a stage play, like, you're building a little community. And it's so enriching. Talk about friendship, connection. Like,
that's why I
especially
loved it.
on an artistic level, right? Like, it's so life-giving. And so I just pretty consistently through like middle school and high school, like didn't really get the lead. And like, I don't know, I think that set just more fire under my butt, to be like, I'm going to show you. You didn't give me the opportunity. Then I'm going to show you. Like, that was really a huge motivating factor,
That's
if
amazing.
I'm going to be honest.
Because it could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
I feel like
It did not discourage me. I was like, I don't know why you're not casting me. Like, I know that I have something to offer, and I want to figure out if it's not working, like how I'm going to get there.
Did that confidence show up elsewhere? Growing up?
I mean, I think I was probably I'm probably pretty confident now. Like, I know the ways in which I'm insecure, but I sometimes have to realize that, like, in the grand scheme of things, Victoria, you're probably a lot more confident than a lot of people.
Wait, can she finish answering the acting question?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you like joined the crew, you didn't have pride about it, you wanted to be part of that world.
Yeah, and then then you go through middle school, high school. I didn't get into the musicals, but I got into the play.
So you weren't.
Still wasn't really getting cast. Didn't get in the musical, but I got into the play. Didn't really get into the play, but I could do the one act. And the one acts went into the one act competition, but then I won an award at the one act competition. So I was like, okay. Somebody likes me. People are responding. I'm getting laughs. That gets you for sure. I'm getting laughs. I'm getting tears. People are responding to it. That's what I want. That's what I get out of theater and film and television. We have the possibility to have a catharsis together. It's spiritual. It's real, and then I was like, wanted to drop out of high school very desperately. I will never forget like being at a Joe's Crab Shack and being like, Mom, let me drop out of high school.
Wow.
To perform?
Probably.
Or is it not totally
whatever,
related?
just to be out of school.
Be out of school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Primarily, but also like, I could just like go somewhere and try to pursue this and figure something out for myself. Like, I thought I was just going to immediately work as an actor. But I think in high school I started to really be like, I definitely want to be an actor. And then got through high school by the skin of my teeth and wanted to she was like, you could take a gap year. But then I got into one of the best acting programs in the country. And that was again, very motivating. So I was like, I don't want to wait for that. I want to be there now.